I'm here with Bahama Lure CEO, President, and Chief Lure Designer, Alan Wardle, and you make lures that are targeted for many different species of saltwater fish.
Lures are king when you don't know where the fish are, because you can put them out, you can go much faster than if you're just trolling bait and ballyhoo, the 10, 12 knots even. Go from area to area to area, structure to structure, looking for fish until you find them. Lures cannot be beaten when it comes to that. And I've been messing around fixing lures all my life. From the first pour to today, it was a series of happy accidents and mistakes, learning from mistakes, a handful of successes along the way. They're all hard resin-headed lures for use in saltwater. And they range from tiny little ones like this for black marlin in Australia to massive teasers for use all over the world. They're no more expensive than any other top lure. They're definitely not out of the same ballpark. They're better engineered, they're better finished work, the materials are better, balance is better. The whole core of this business is that I'm the creator and producer of this product. I may or may not have a couple of helpers, but what I'm not doing is taking the product and farming it out to a production company who are going to mass produce them by the thousands. There's really little point in trying to make something that good and then turn it into a mass production cloning operation. There's no spirit in that.
Now, we were trolling this yesterday, and it did very well. The Barracuda loved it, and as you can see, the skirt has been absolutely decimated up top. Is it time for me to get a new lure?
No, you don't have to replace the lure. You can just replace the skirts. They'll fold back. You can cut them off, and you can put on a new one. So with all these lures, just because the skirts get torn up, doesn't mean that you have to throw it all away. You can definitely recolor it. You can reskirt it if you don't like the color. On a lot of lures like this one, it'll take a lot of different colors and still look good. Color is something that you think about in the design. You still want to make it look nice. But a bait fish or a squid that's being chased or harassed is going to change color. That's what they do. So if you have a lure that's clearly changing color from color A to color B, then you have the look that you're looking for. I think it's much more important to have a lure that looks lifelike and runs in a lifelike manner, and that comes from engineering. It's got a short head as opposed to its width, whereas this is long compared to its width. So this will pull straighter than this, which will tend to wobble more, more action. Keel weighting is something that I have taken a hold of. It's an old idea, but very few people have perfected it or put it into production. All the medium to large lures are all keeled. They all have weight in the lower half of the lure, so they're always running upright and straight. They never turn on their side, they never turn over, they never spin. No matter how rough the water is, the lure's running straight. It is a very old idea, but there's very, very few people who know how to do it. This is the Bianca. It's what they call a doorknob. This is going to dive.
This landed 3 or 4 dolphin yesterday, and there are, in fact, scratches on the head. Does that in any way impede its performance?
This is a fairly durable material that I'm making them from. If it had a large chunk out of it, which thankfully rarely happens, that will affect how it runs. But scratches, they just look good on the dock.
What is it about this lure that caused it in yesterday's conditions, in your opinion, to do so very well?
I would have to guess the size of the eye compared to the rest of the lure.
Right.
It really stood out, and they seemed to zero in on that. They passed by other lures to get to this one yesterday. The lure's eyes are another big plus. They came before the keel weight. One of my best customers came to me and said, I need you to build lures with big eyes because squid have big eyes. And so I went back to my cave and I came up with an eye and developed the eye, and since then that's been my signature. Now when you combine the eye with the keel weight, then you've got a lifelike fish-looking lure or squid-looking lure. The eye is upright, it's swimming correctly. People can get in touch with me if they want a custom-made lure designed just for them at bahamalure.com.